Hi everyone and welcome to another video. In today's video, I will be refurbishing this antique camera case. The leather is all dried out as well as the entire strap needs to be replaced. It was also missing stitching in a couple of places and the side panels were falling apart. So the first thing I did was take apart both of the side panels since it was all coming apart anyway. I know it's been a very long time since I've posted, and it's been an even longer time since I posted a video like this where I do a repair and a voiceover over top of everything. I honestly prefer doing it this way. I kind of got bored of trying to record what I do on a daily basis. Plus, I have no time to stop everything that I'm doing and record myself. While with this, I can at least keep the camera rolling while I am doing the repair work. Let me know if you prefer videos like this or more of the vlog type videos, or both. I definitely want to get back into posting more often again. Not frequently, but at least try and get a video out here and there, and maybe if I get in a good habit of it, maybe start doing weekly. I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, back to the video. Here I started to stitch one of the other panels. As you could tell, the other panel is already on there. I just stitched that off camera. Angles are not the best, so that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna stitch one off camera, and then once I'm done with that one, I'm just gonna stitch the other one as best I can on camera. I decided to hand stitch it only because I knew that if I were to use my leather patch machine, the foot of the patch machine would literally shred this leather to pieces just because of how dry it is and how delicate it is. So I really wanted to be very careful with it. After that panel was on, it was time to move on to another section that needed to be stitched. There was a couple of sections that were just missing just like stitching. This little window panel was the next thing I decided to start to work on. And like with the side panels, I also hand stitched it. With very delicate leather like this, you'd really want to be careful with it because it can literally just fall apart on you. The leather is so dry that if you end up even making extra holes by the machine, basically is useless now. And I wanted to do some little tricks here and there with some editing, so hope that was pretty cool. And finally, all the stitch work on this camera case is finally done, and it was time to start doing some dye touch-up work. I just used some regular leather dye and a leather preparer, mixed that up, and started to touch up some of the edges. Sometimes I do have the exact dye color that I need for this, so I don't have to really do any dye mixing, but for this one I did add a little bit of bison brown to the mixture and a little bit more dye preparer just because I thought it needed to be a little bit more on the darker side, but you will see me doing it right now as I speak. When I normally apply dyes, I like to use just regular cheap dollar store paintbrushes, or sometimes even cotton swabs. I like to use that depending on if I just want a certain amount of dye coming out of a cotton swab. I use that, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does, but for this, I decided to use a paintbrush because, again, I will say this probably over 100 times, the leather is dry, so it will really soak up the dye nicely, especially the cracked areas, and so I just decided to use the paintbrush because then it just soaks the dye right up, which I really like. Once the color was all touched up and completely dried, I added some Big 4 conditioner all over the outside of the case and accidentally also got it on the little window, but I also cleaned the little window as well, so we were good. And for the inside, I just used a reusable lint roller. I do wish I did clean the inside, but unfortunately I did not, and that was my fault. But you live and you learn from your mistakes. Now the strap on this camera case also was just falling apart, and she needed a new one, and she opted for a pre-made leather strap, and so I found some pre-made ones that I have, tried to match it as best as I could to the original color. I measured it out, including the piece that is ripped out, and do the same thing with the new one. It was 41.5 inches, and so I found this very similar pre-made strap, got it to 41 inches, marked it, cut it out, and I did the same thing to the strap that had the buckle side on it. And I'm sure you get the gist of what's gonna happen next is I will add that strap on to the camera case, and that's the end of the video. I literally was working on this back in October of 2024, and I'm literally just now editing this video and posting it onto YouTube. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will post another video soon, and make sure to like this one. I just want to know if you guys are interested in more videos.